I lived in that house for 6 months before I realized I wasn't the only one inside it. It started with little things, the kind of things you just dismiss. A carton of milk in the fridge feeling lighter than I remembered, coming home to find the thermostat cranked up a single, suffocating degree overnight. I'd leave a book on the coffee table and find it sitting squarely on the kitchen counter when I got back from work. I told myself it was stress, that the new job was making me forgetful. I was just tired. That's all. Then came the sounds. A faint scratching from within the bedroom wall, always around 3 in the morning. I told myself it was rats, an old house settling. When I heard a whisper, a soft, sibilant breath of a sound, I convinced myself it was just the old pipes groaning. I was getting really good at lying to myself. It was easier than facing the alternative. The turning point was the smell. A strange, cloyingly sweet odor like spoiled meat and stale sweat that would appear in the upstairs hallway for an hour and then vanish completely. That's when I bought the camera. I set it up on my dresser, facing the bedroom door, and pretended to sleep, my heart pounding in my chest the entire night. The next morning, my hands were shaking as I scrubbed through the footage. For hours, it was nothing but silent, grainy darkness. Then, at 3:17 a.m., my bedroom door creaked open. A figure, gaunt and pale, crawled into the room on all fours. It moved with this horrifying, insect-like fluidity, low to the ground. It scuttled over to my bed and just watched me. For a full, unblinking hour, it stayed right there, its face just inches from mine while I slept. Then, just as silently, it crawled back out, pulling the door almost completely shut behind it. I didn't scream. I didn't run. I just sat there on my bed, staring at the screen, my blood turning to ice. My body felt heavy, numb. After what felt like an eternity, I finally stood up and walked to the closet, the one in the spare room I'd never fully cleared out. In the back, behind a stack of old shoeboxes, was a small square panel in the drywall I'd never noticed before. It wasn't screwed in. My fingers trembled as I pulled it away. The smell, that god-awful smell, hit me like a physical blow, making me gag. I switched on my phone's flashlight, and its beam cut through the darkness, revealing a narrow, cramped space. A crawl space between the walls. Inside, there were dirty blankets and empty cans of food I recognized from my own pantry. And the walls. The walls were covered in drawings, hundreds of them, all sketched in what looked like charcoal. They were drawings of me sleeping, me eating breakfast, me in the shower, and in the corner, huddled in the dark, was a person. They looked up, their eyes wide and milky in the flashlight beam. They weren't a ghost or some kind of monster. They were just a person who had been living inside my walls, watching my every move, treating my life like their own private television show. They held up a small, crudely made doll. It was stitched together from my own discarded socks, with strands of my own hair sewn onto its head. They smiled, a broken, yellow-toothed thing that didn't reach their eyes. I was getting lonely, they whispered, their voice raspy and dry from disuse. I thought you might want a friend. I finally ran then. I bolted out of the house and into the street, not stopping. Not looking back, not even when my lungs burned. Not stopping till the sound of sirens grew loud behind me. The police found them, of course. They took them away, but the most chilling part wasn't the discovery itself. It was what they found in that little hole in the wall. Tucked away in the darkest corner, it was a calendar. Made from scraps of my old mail. Every single day was crossed out, leading up to today. Today's date was circled in red ink, and next to it, scrawled in messy, childish handwriting, were two simple words, "Move in."